Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, please sit down.
Thank you so much, sir.
So, are you a lawyer?
No, sir.
You're wearing a black but white shirt, but not a tie.
So this was my first mock, so I have yet to purchase a tie. I'm really sorry, sir.
You have to purchase a tie.
Yes, sir. So I forgot my previous tie at my home, so that is why I have to purchase a new one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're again an ITN and you've taken anthropology.
Yes, sir.
So, and you worked in Wipro also, right?
Yes, sir.
So, you don't like all this, you want only civil services.
Yes, sir. It's my aim to be a civil servant now, sir.
Yeah, was it because somebody told you or on your own? Where did you get this feeling of?
Sir, actually, after working for 2 years in Wipro Limited, so I was exploring more options. What could I do in future? So that is where I stumbled and saw this great opportunity which civil services provide. So the main reason was because civil services would provide me an opportunity of leadership at a very young age, which I would not be able to get in any other field. And secondly, sir, the diversity this job provides to work in various fields, be it in...
But your own subject which you did in IIT, which is such an important and there's so much of expenditure on it, and you're not proud of that you wanted to do something in that particular area, manufacturing or something new, which the country needs.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir. We definitely need metallurgists and engineers work in material department.
That is the future of this country.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That
civil services just eats money out of the exchequer.
Sir, I believe that I could contribute more while working in civil services than I would be working as a metallurgist engineer. So that is where, sir, because here I could be working.
Okay. So tell me, are tribals the real marginalized sections of society in this country?
Yes, sir. So tribals currently are marginalized section of our society. So there are various indicators which shows this. First is the health indicators. The most number of malnutrition that we find in India today are the tribals that are suffering from malnutrition. Secondly, sir, various the education parameters that our tribals have.
Just say malnutrition, education.
Education. They are deprived in education sector. Thirdly,
One word is enough. One word is enough. Malnutrition, education.
The political representation is low of tribals. So they mostly reside in rural areas where they have lack of facilities. So these are the reasons why, and so their representation in education as well as job sector is really less, sir. So that is why they are marginalized section.
So that's why they are marginalized.
Yes, sir.
Where do the tribals stay?
So they are mostly concentrated in rural areas in India, sir.
In rural areas?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see. So rural areas mein kheti badi they do Aarambh se.
So there are many opportunities for them, but mostly they reside on primary activities.
Have you been to a village?
So not a tribal village, but yeah, I have been to village. So in my my hometown, I have been.
So if you don't know India, then how will you know the tribals?
So I do not have hands-on experience as of now, I would admit that. But sir, I have studied a lot about their lifestyles.
No, but you did not say the basic thing. The tribals are concentrated in the hilly forested areas,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
So that is where all the resources are.
Yes, sir.
That is where the clash is taking place.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir. They are being.
So that's the most important thing which you should have pointed out.
I forgot it to mention it. Yes, sir. But definitely, yes, that
is the main issue.
Main issue. Yes, sir. Yes,
this is a totally different area.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So when you shift and say that civil services appeals to you, then you have to ghusor right inside.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So tell me, I mean, what should we do with Kashmir? Is Kashmir on the right track? And if not on the right track, what are 5 immediate things we should do in Kashmir?
So may I take a few seconds to think?
Sure.
So firstly, we'll have to increase socio-economic development of Kashmir. So that is the first. Health indicators, education indicators have to be increased. Secondly, sir, youth empowerment and youth engagement is another area that we have to work
Is
upon.
there any other state in the country where you don't need these, what you're talking about?
So-
In Bihar, do we need this? Yes.
Yes, sir. Actually, can I reframe my answer, sir?
Yes.
Sir, actually, there has been lack of integration with Kashmir. The ideas, the flow of ideas has been restricted previously. That is.
What is the biggest issue about Kashmir right now?
So terrorism and youth.
Then first thing should have been something
yes,
about terrorism.
Yes, sir.
Second thing should have been about the elections. Third
Yes.
thing should have been about Ladakh. Fourth thing should have been about Jammu and its integration.
Yes, sir.
है ना?
Yes, sir.
And fifth thing should have been about the elections,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So you have to start thinking then quite differently.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Praful.
Tanuj, your subject is anthropology.
Yes, sir.
Is the evolution process still on?
Yes, sir. It's still on, and it has even increased its pace. So, for example, is a very famous example is of our third molar tooth. So, for millions of years, we had a third molar tooth, but in last 30 to 40 years, we have seen that in 1960s it erupted in mid 30s, but now it has been vanishing now. So, evolution has been increasing in pace, sir.
So molar tooth has disappeared.
So yes, in next 2 to 3 generation, it will it is likely to go away, and that is where we see, because sir, the radioactive mutations have been increasing due to radioactive activities.
Yeah.
Chemical mustard gases have been increasing. Toxicity has been increasing. So our genetic manipulation has increased in pace. So that is
So
where,
in that sense, evolution is continuing,
yes, sir.
not in the sense that monkeys are turning into human beings.
So that is macroevolution, which takes millions of years. But sir, I was talking about microevolution, which happens.
Okay, got the point. You're a metallurgical engineer.
Yes, sir.
Brass is combination of what?
Copper and zinc, sir.
Copper and zinc.
Yes, sir.
So what is it called? Brass. Alloy.
Brass alloy, yes.
Say that.
You are from Haldwani.
Yes, sir.
Recently there was some problem regarding Haldwani and the upper hill areas.
So the land law, are you talking about the land
Yeah,
laws that
yes.
yes, sir. Yes, sir, there has been certain news about it. There have been certain protests about making land laws stricter in Uttarakhand and Haldwani itself.
Okay. What is your view? Is there any basis in that?
So the main view that is being carried out is the people coming from outside, they are utilizing the land for their own personal benefit, and it has not led to the generation of employment for the youths in Uttarakhand. So what people are protesting is that if land should be given, it should be given where investment are coming, so that employment would increase. So the committee has recommended that only land should be given where investment is coming. There should be essentiality certificate should be given by the state government itself. Previously it was being given by district magistrate. So there have been certain recommendations, and I also support these recommendations by the committee, sir.
So what about the people who come and settle there? They'll be rich people, they'll be spending money. By this consumption effect, there'll be regeneration of income, more employment, tertiary employment. Isn't that good?
So they are just building their bungalow, purchasing land and building bungalows, which is not leading to.
If they're building bungalows, then they're employing masons, they're employing carpenters, then they're going to spend on food, then they're going to buy their transport, they buy their petrol. Chalo, okay. Sorry.
But similarly, people generally outsiders, they are building beautiful resorts on the hilltops.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
almost it has become a trend So what is your view? Is it a good development or bad development?
So there are certain negatives of that. First is the environment degradation that currently Uttarakhand is seeing due to these activities. First is that. But sir, if it's generating tourism industry, if it's promoting tourism industry, because it is one of the only employment that the rural people in Uttarakhand have, the elite people in Uttarakhand have, it's increasing, then sir, I would definitely support it. But if it leading to environmental degradation, if it leading to marginalization of people who live in those areas, so definitely sir, we'll have to have certain checks on such activities, sir.
But you have to build roads and structures and things like that. And since it's a young mountain, it will lead to land subsidence like it happened in other places.
Yes, sir. So for that, we'll have to have strong checks and balances. For instance, environmental impact assessment have to be done. Flood-prone zonation mapping, landslide zonation mapping have to be done, sir. And geologists have to be involved so that they would carry out long-term surveys, so that we must not build these infrastructures in areas which are highly prone to disasters. But if after surveys, if clearances has been given, then sir, it has to be done, because firstly it will provide means of subsistence to people. Secondly, sir, as Honorable Supreme Court has also pointed out, it is very important for our national security to build those roads, sir. So both are very necessary, sir.
Okay, that comes to the next point.
Yes, sir.
Uttarakhand also is a border state.
Yes, sir.
It shares its border with
China and Nepal, sir.
and Nepal. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So how is our relationship with China as well as Nepal? Your second preference is Indian Foreign Service. Briefly.
So with Nepal, our relationship is good on some aspect, and it's also strained on some aspect. Good, sir, as in trade, we are having good relations. We have roti beti ka rishta with Nepal, where people migrate from one area to find employment opportunities. Strained relationships as in such strategic sectors. For instance, recently we have seen strain on Lipu Lake, Limpadhura and Kalapani areas. And also Big Brother image of India has also certain negative impacts on our relationship. So with respect to China, there is also both kind of positive as well as negative relationships. We have good trade relations with with China. But we also suffer a huge trade deficit with China, which we'll have to overcome somehow, sir. Secondly, we also see encroachment by China in our areas such as Ladakh and in Arunachal Pradesh too, which is against our territorial sovereignty. So that is where, sir, we have strained relationship with China.
You forgot the Madhesyas, who are essentially settlers from Tarai region in Nepal.
Nepal, yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You have done your BTech in metallurgical and materials engineering.
Yes, sir.
Had you not tried for the UPSC, which industry would have preferred to go into?
Sir, IT sector, I would have been continuing in IT sector itself, sir.
Now, IT sector, yes. IT sector doesn't concern your metallurgical and material engineering.
Yes, sir.
Base engineering, I mean, based on your domain knowledge, which industry you would like to have gone? Steel industry.
Steel industry, sir. Mostly steel industry, sir.
Why?
So firstly, the steel industry would have been provided me a good opportunity, sir, to work upon, because there are a lot of industries in India for that. They provide a good pay scale. They have good career progression in India. And sir, steel is, since we are aiming for infrastructure development as well as becoming developed by 2047, we would be readily requiring steel, sir. So my knowledge of metallurgy would have been utilized in steel industry if I would.
Have you been to any steel industry during your course of study?
Yes, sir. I have been to Vedanta, which was situated in Goa, sir. I have been there, sir.
Okay.
Vedanta Steel Industry.
Okay. Which is the biggest steel plant in India?
Sir, as far as I recall, it is Tisco, which is situated in Jamshedpur, sir.
Its capacity exceeds the capacity of Bokaro Steel Plant?
Sir, I will have to check. I'm not sure, sir.
Please check.
Yes, sir.
Now you have been working with the Wipro Limited.
Yes, sir.
Now who is the competitor of Wipro?
I'm sorry, sir. Please.
Competitor.
So there are few competitors. One is Infosys, second is SCL Technologies, and few foreign companies such as Capgemini and
Not
Accenture.
TCS.
TCS is also there.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So these are the competitors. Now recently there was a report that so far as the research is concerned, the corporates which are making profit, their expenditure on research is very less.
Yes, sir.
Now if you compare the data, the TCS spends about 1% of their profit, only 1% of their profit on the research.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any idea how much Wipro invests on research?
I'm really sorry, sir. I have no idea
Okay.
about that, sir.
Okay. Have you heard about the zero carbon footprint? Zero carbon footprint?
Yes, sir. I've
What
heard
is the
about it.
concept? What is the concept?
So the net carbon that we are allowing to go into atmosphere, and we have to capture the same amount so that we achieve net zero limit, sir. That
Net
is
zero.
carbon zero.
In this context, one meeting was held known as COP28.
Yes, sir.
What
Yes,
was the issue on which India had a difference with the other members?
So it was regarding bringing entire fossil fuels into the like in the last meeting we had only had commitment on coal that will be phased down, but in this meeting we pushed for all the fossil fuels that needs to be phased down to achieve our Paris climate goal, sir, of 1.5 degrees Celsius.
In the political arena, the post of governor and the speakers have been in the news recently.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, what is the reason for that? First in the case of governor, thereafter in the case of speakers.
So governor, as far as I can recall, sir, there was certain news that governor was. So can I take few
Yes.
seconds? So governors were not giving the accent which to the bills that were passed to state assemblies. So that was the main issue. And also there were certain issues regarding the appointment of vice chancellor of universities in states such as Kerala with respect to governor, sir.
And sacking of ministers.
I'm sorry, sir.
Sacking of ministers.
Second minister, yes.
That's
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
So what did the Supreme Court say on that? Sacking of minister?
Sir, I'll have to check. I'm not currently aware about.
What about the speaker? The main allegation is that they have been working partition based on the
So in
party lines to which they belong. Yes.
Maharashtra Assembly, there has been certain.
Now recently, in the Director General Police conference, the Prime Minister said that the police should use police should use data, not danda.
Yes, sir.
What do you agree with that?
Yes, sir. I do agree with that, sir. We'll have to remove the fear that people have that police are their enemy, not their friend. So we'll have to do that. So we'll have to remove danda, and so we'll have to also use data to.
How? I mean, give some example of using data instead of danda.
So for instance, sir, we can use help of social media channels. We can use that to trace any illegal activities that has been going on. We can utilize the information that citizens provide to us using social media handles. So that data we can utilize to curb any illegal activities that has been going on. So one can be
Okay.
that, sir.
Okay.
So, you are a metallurgical engineer. So, can you tell me what is this German silver?
I'm sorry, sir.
German silver. Have you heard of it?
Sir, I've heard of it, but I'm currently not able to recall, sir.
Okay. You are aware aeroplanes are made of which metal?
So mostly nowadays titanium is being used to make aeroplanes, sir.
Only titanium.
So titanium, aluminum, steel, rubber, many materials
But
are being used.
Is the iron also used?
Not aware, sir, but majorly titanium, aluminum.
What
are
is
used.
alloy 7075? Have you heard of it?
No, sir, I will have to check, sir. I'm not
Okay,
aware.
now coming to this Silkara and Barcode Tunnel
Yes, sir.
and the incident earlier in Joshimath
Yes, sir.
where many buildings collapsed.
Yes, sir.
What do you feel that where we are going wrong? specifically about Silkyara, what all went wrong in that tunnel collapse? Are you aware of some report, Mishra committee report?
So not particularly Mishra committee, but so the actual reason of that collapse have yet to be out. But preliminary reports have suggested that there might be some fractures or even loose rocks which have been undetected before. So it was on the.
What all mistakes were made while going on with the tunnel?
So there are few mistakes that were being made. First is there was no escape tunnel that was being constructed to find. Secondly, sir, there was no regular checkups whether the rocks that are being drilled out, whether they are loose or they are fractures.
And what happened in Joshimath?
So the land subsidence case happened in Joshimath, sir.
So what is what do you think is what is happening there in the newer mountains of Himalayas? They are very old, youngest mountain in the world, they are said.
Yes, sir.
So what is what are we doing to the mountains? Is it correct?
So we'll have to have a sustainable development approach where we'll have to balance between development and environmental sustainability, because as they are very young mountains and Uttarakhand comes in zone 5 area, which is highly earthquake prone. So that is where we'll have
so
to.
Every year we 50% of the news time the Uttarakhand will take, sometimes the floods will happen and sometimes and the governments are coming and going and everything is happening. So something wrong, all the governments are going in the same way.
So we'll have to have a balanced approach. So
who is stopping the Uttarakhand for having the balanced approach?
So it's the natural causes that.
Or the pressure of industry, or the pressure of development. What is happening?
So the pressure of development might be there, because pressure of development is certainly there, sir.
Let us get out of the Uttarakhand and then go to what is the Indo-Bangladesh relations, and are you aware that Bangladesh has pipped us in the GDP, per capita GDP?
So few months back there was a report about it that per capita GDP of Bangladesh has gone better than India. So yes, there were reports, but I'm not aware of the current data. But few months back there was reports.
How Bangladesh could manage when in 1971, about 50 years back, I think their per capita GDP was about 50% of what India's.
Yes, sir.
So what they have done and where we have faltered, can you give some ideas about it?
Yes, sir. So they have highly invested in the labor-intensive industries, which India has lagged, because in 1990s we shifted to service sector, which though provide good income, but it has less job elasticity because it cannot provide jobs to many people. Whereas Bangladesh did invest in industries where it could provide jobs to many people, huge amount of people. That is why their per capita income was better, and that is where India lacks.
No, but that is the only reason you basically. Are the labor laws are same like India?
So I'm not aware about the labor laws of Bangladesh.
You have to see the reasons.
Yes, sir.
That the labor laws there allow the industrialists to do away with many things which in India the labor laws are very tough, and the land laws.
Yes, sir.
To purchase the land and other things. So there are many things. You just gave one answer, and I'll leave it to the chairman now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the end, let me ask you, I've already asked you before, do you like sports?
Yes, sir, I do.
Which one?
Cricket, sir, I like cricket.
You like cricket?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who's the best in test cricket right now?
I'm not aware, sir, about it.
Okay. So do you think in T20 World Cup is coming, right?
Yes, sir.
Should Rohit Sharma make way and also Virat in favor of whom?
So now I would suggest, sir, the youth must be given opportunity.
Yeah, which one? Which youth?
Sir, youths like Shubman Gill, Ishan Kishan.
Shubman Gill is already there, Ishan Kishan is there.
Yes,
When you talk about Rohit, then you have to talk about an opener. When you're talking about Virat, then you have to talk about 2 down or 1 down.
Yes, Ashish Jaiswal is one of the good opener that we have now, sir.
So Jaiswal will be Shubman Gill, right?
Yes.
Then What is the lineup?
Rinku Singh must also be given opportunity.
Rinku
sir.
Singh is not in number 1 or 2. He is number 6.
Okay, sir.
Then
Sanju Samson must be given opportunity.
Sanju Samson is later.
So these are the few which I love to see them play.
Simpson is already 35.
Sir, but he was not given opportunity. But he's a very good T20 player. But
No,
he was
he's an
not-
excellent player. That's fine. But I'm
Yes,
talking about you. Talk about youth. That's why I'm asking you youth. The lineup you have to see. Who is in the lineup there? Shivam Dubey is
Shivam
there.
Dubey is a very
Then Jitesh is there.
Jitesh,
After that is Rinku.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Rinku is the finisher. Yes,
So you have to make that. Then Tilak Verma is there.
Tilak Verma
He's
is
number
there.
3. So that completes your 6. Then you come to a wicket keeper. You can choose Ishan Kishan or that fellow. Then you have the bowler, Arshdeep and all that.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay?
Yes.
So we'll call you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Come, sit down, Tanuj.
Yes, sir.
You want to start saying something?
Basically, I think metallurgy is your subject.
Yes, sir.
So you cannot wish away with it. So something has to be prepared by you on metallurgy. That is my thinking. And secondly, the current affairs, we didn't ask many questions, but Bangladesh is very important. Is the only ally in the near around besides Bhutan.
Yes.
So, but they've pipped us. So that type of question. Again, one thing now one can ask whether reverse can now the people who had come from Bangladesh will go back to Bangladesh or not. That can be another question which can come from that. When
Yes,
the GDP is better, that could be another question from that area. That is the thing. Others, I leave it to the chairman, sir.
Yes, sir.
He'll give you more advice. So I feel that is
can
an
be
area.
another question. That both China and India wanted that Sheikh Hasina should win.
Okay.
Though we are not on friendly terms, China and India,
Yes, sir.
but both China and India wanted Sheikh Hasina to win. Why? ये पूछ सकते हैं.
I'll have to
दूसरा,
check, sir.
आपके you have interest in old Hindi songs, yeah, and folk songs of UK, उत्तराखंड.
Yes.
तो अभी एक वायरल हुआ है फोक सॉन्ग्स फ्रॉम यूके,
बहुत जोर से हुआ.
बहुत जोर से वायरल हुआ. आपको पता है कौन सा है?
सर गुलाबी शरारा बोलता है. गुलाबी शरारा है सम that one, sir.
और ये लास्ट टू लास्ट सीजन में इंडियन आइडल बना था एक उत्तराखंड से,
पवनदीप सर. यस सर.
पवनदीप. ओके, चलिए.
You have a pleasant, despite my pushing you, you are quite pleasant in your answers. That's a good quality.
Yes,
You know, you sustain that. So that is a good point for your interview. Second, points first. Because if you go into detail, Kashmir is a delicate subject. Manipur is a delicate subject, right? Nationalism is delicate. Tribal is delicate. What you speak about tribals is also something very sensitive issue.
Yes,
है ना?
yes.
तो tribal का sensitive तो ये है deprivation. So start with words like this.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Hilly, forested, deprivation. That takes care of so many things.
Yes, sir.
Jobs, clash between the police and the pincer, between the Nakshals and the police,
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
So that will get you here. The brevity in your case is very important with solid facts.
Yes.
है ना?
Yes, sir.
Otherwise your speaking is all right, your mannerism is all right, everything is all right. A bit of deepening, because maybe you've metallurgy you have left behind for 5 years, so he asked you something, तो थोड़ा सा brush करना पड़ेगा, because somebody might go, कोई हो सकता है कहीं किसी और stream से हो, they might push you on metallurgy.
Yes,
If
sir.
there is, they call people, and some of the military guys land up there, so who have been involved with mining, shining, वो बहुत पूछते हैं फिर. Then
Yes.
they question you like anything.
Yes.
Panel like this will ask you your opinion, but they will go in facts and all that. So you'll have to push yourself.
Yes.
Then a little bit of foreign policy, Maldives, China, Gaza, ये थोड़ा सा करना पड़ेगा.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना? Rest I think is fine. You just go ahead the way you are. How did you feel about the interview, and what do you think?
Sir, I will have to read up a lot and brush up a lot. So this was my first mock. I have not prepared it much, but from
Okay.
now on I will be preparing, sir.
ठीक है. And when is your interview?
So date is not out yet.
Okay.
Only one point.
Ah.
Yes,
So
sir.
US joint cooperation, the critical mineral पे there is a
Yes.
joint operation.
Yes, sir.
Critical minerals क्या है उसके बारे में भी.
Yes, sir. India has been a part now. Yes.
ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Best of luck.
Thank you so much,
Bye.
sir.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.
Take care.
Thank you so much.